I know, just like you, we agonize over the 1-point loss to Vandy. Great effort, though. You can open up, talk about the game against the Commodores, and you have your conference opener this week. Give us your thoughts on PC. We'll go into questions.
Well, Mark, our guys did play just with tremendous effort. Really competed there for all 4 quarters. Had our chances there in the second half to pull out a victory. Just couldn't make the plays there when we needed to. But I thought our team, just gave everything and put everything into trying to represent, our conference, represent our school well, and they did that. And just sometimes the victories, the bounces go your way. You don't know why, and sometimes when these losses, they go a different way, and that's what happened. Just had a couple chances and just couldn't quite capitalize in the red zone. The defense played really well. All game from Vanderbilt to, I think almost 100 yards total offense in the second half. Gave us a chance to win the game there at the end and couldn't do it. But the thing we got to do is we got to move forward. We got a really good blue host team coming in. TC's playing really well. And our first conference game, and that's what's important, everything you build up to for your conference. And so the first game there, and we know they're coming in with a lot of confidence because they have been playing well on both sides of the ball. And so our main focus is getting over that. We got all these people congratulating us on a 1-point loss. You can imagine that. It's crazy. But and so we got to get over that, and everybody pat us on the back and get back to, getting what we need to do to win games. And so that's been our focus as soon as we got back to Vanderbilt.
All right, thank you, Coach. At this time, we'll start taking questions for Charleston Southern head coach Jamey Chadwell. To ask your question, please press *1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser and click raise hand if you join us via the web. And Coach, I'll start off with a couple. First, talk about PC's resurgence, that is, with their play on both sides of the ball and some of the things that you've noticed differently about them this year.
Well, I think they're just playing with so much more confidence, and that happens when you win some close games. I think hell, similar to us is when you play sometimes you play some of these big schools, a bunch of them, it wears down on your confidence of your team because you can't get any wins going so good about yourself. And so, they've obviously done a good job of proving so they've got good players, especially in some key positions, but they're playing so much more confident on defense because of such a year of a system. They're playing so much faster. They know what they're doing. And then offensively, that quarterback's got another year under his belt. The line, and everybody's got another year, of experience. So that's what sticks out to us is just the confidence they're playing and the speed that they're playing with. And they played well. They've been in, obviously every game played Coastal really well. And so, we told our guys that every time we play them, it's always a good game. And so we expect another one. And I think the thing we got to try to figure a way to control the receivers. The receivers is probably the best tandem of receivers in our league. And so we got to do something there to make sure that they do not, get loose on us because they're going to get them because of what they do. They're going to get them as one-on-one matchups. And then, offensively, it's a big challenge because they've been really shutting not everybody down on defense. Played really well, causing big turnovers, scoring touchdowns off the defensive play. And so we've got to do a good job controlling the ball and trying to put them in some situations that afford us opportunity to make some big plays.
Talk about Christian Reyes. We didn't see him against Vanderbilt. Is this an injury situation by chance?
Yeah, Christian got banged up in Charlotte week and thought he was healthy, and then somehow got hurt during our open week and didn't even hardly practice. So he missed that game, and he's questionable for Saturday. We're hoping that he can come back. He's working diligently to do that. But right now, if we had played today, he'd be out. So fortunately for us, we got 3 or 4 more days. But he's been injured, and we're trying to get him back healthy. And our other guy, in fact, stepped up in the game versus Vanderbilt, played well in his absence, so I was pleased with that. But we need him back. He adds a dimension to us that it's important for our offense to be successful.
Talk about the 2 players that received conference honors this past week, Lorenzo Mathis and Davion Anderson.
Well, Lorenzo's a redshirt freshman, been a backup defensive back for us, trying to figure out what we're doing. But he's just a talented kid. Just needed some, calm. He's going to play some special teams and doing solid. But we were ready for him to break out because he's got that type of ability. And the play he made was huge. And we're down. It looks like, they're just going to blow us out of the water. We didn't have a lot of confidence going. And for him to block that punt right there and then return it for a touchdown was just huge for our team, really for this confidence. Sometimes kids just need something positive happen in a game experience, just let them block it. And I think we'll see him do that. And then Davion Anderson, freshman out of Macon, Georgia, his nickname's Pookie. and he's been playing a backup role for us there, but his role's been increasing because we've had some injuries in our secondary, and he's really done a great job because we do a lot of complex schemes on defense. And he's done a great job as a young, true freshman coming in and figuring that out. He's a talented kid, probably our most talented defensive back, but sometimes he hamstrings himself because he's trying to learn what to do. But I think you'll see his role start increasing more and more back there in the secondary. And he's going to start making a lot more plays. We expect him to be an out-conference type player before he's done here.
Wow, great. Well, Coach, I am not seeing any other questions for you, so we'll let you go. But thanks for joining us. Good luck in your conference opener on Saturday against PC.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right. And that will actually conclude this week's call. Coach Moglia had a schedule conflict that we could not work around. So he will not be joining us this week, but he will be back next week to talk about the win over PC and preparing for their conference opener against Charleston Southern on the 25th. So my thanks to everyone for joining today. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to everyone next Tuesday.